This is VPW Channel 13.
Hello. Welcome to the first edition of the Star Trek Winnipeg show. Star Trek Winnipeg is an organization which has begun in Winnipeg devoted to science fiction and Star Trek, mainly because Star Trek is perhaps the best example of science fiction on TV to date. Today we'll be discussing the organization with Greg Young, the president of the group, and also talking about Star Trek in general. We'll be showing you some slides, paraphernalia from the show, and the rest like that. Now, basically, Star Trek Winnipeg was set up for those people who really get into Star Trek as well as science fiction. As you can see by the suit here, I'm into it to an extent myself. Cost me $400, by the way. Anyway, we'll be getting into various things here. The show that you're seeing was originally created by Dean Nade. He was a member of the club, the organization, and it was his concept to, well, develop the entire show, I guess. He's sitting at the sidelines now going nuts on me because I'm standing out here completely mangling the script, but don't worry about it. Perhaps we can get into some slides here and generally talk about the Star Trek show in general. So can we get some slides going in here? This is the Enterprise from the show, the main starship, in which all the characters have had their various experiences. Starship Enterprise, on course for an unknown terrestrial body. Don't know what it is, though. Ah, here we go. Main character, Captain James T. Kirk, commanding of the Enterprise, and his faithful officer, Mr. Spock. You can tell by the Vulcan ear tips. Bridge of the Enterprise, with all our gallant heroes standing on the bridge, ready for anything, except cancellation, which happened 3 years after the show started. And we're back to me. Okay, basically, the characters on the show are, as I've already pointed out, William Shatner, who portrays James T. Kirk, commander of the Enterprise, Leonard Nimoy, who was his first officer, Mr. Spock, James Doohan, who plays the engineer of the ship. He's the one with the Scottish accent, in case any of you ever caught the show. Certainly hope so, otherwise what are you doing watching this show? Anyway, there was from time to time, various people on the shows, guest stars, and basically I'm running out of things to say. Anyway, the actors of the show, in case you haven't been able to, if you've never did catch the show, maybe we can get into some of the slides, and I'll point out precisely which actor is which, I hope. Can we get in some of these other slides on the actors? Okay, this is William Shatner. commanding Starship Enterprise. His character was James T. Kirk, and by far one of the most interesting characters on the show. It was basically him that pulled it all together every time there was trouble. He did it. Can we get his... There we go. Now, if that's not going to some lengths to get your ship out of trouble, I don't know what it is. Notice the Vulcan ear tips? This was his faithful doctor, Dr. McCoy. Mr. Sulu and Mr. Chekhov, helmsman and navigator aboard the Starship. Shell Nichols, Lieutenant Uhura, communications officer. Okay, I'd like to introduce now Greg Young, who is the president of the organization and who will be, I'll be discussing the Star Trek Club with him, how you can join and what we do. So,
Hi.
You made it.
That's right.
Okay, terrific. Can I hit you up with a couple questions?
Sure.
Okay, basically, what is Star Trek Winnipeg? Like, I didn't want to get into it before you came on. You know, what precisely?
Well, basically, it's pretty much a fan club for Star Trek fans and anyone else interested in science fiction.
So you don't have to be a Star Trek fanatic, just so long as you like science fiction.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we dwell into other aspects of science fiction also, like other classics, science fiction movies and television programs.
Mm-hmm. How did the club originally get started? I mean, who was all involved in the formation of it? Like, how did it all start?
It all started when Anita Kogan got a hold of someone at the planetarium, and from Roger Willishin, the director. And Roger Willishin had the phone number of one of my group, and she got on the horn to her, and then the friend of mine got a hold of me, and we got our little group back together again. We had started off with the Winnipeg Science Fiction Society, and when Anita contacted us about the planetarium, well, we just reformed and jumped right in.
Reformed, like after the Science Fiction Society?
Yeah, we had broken up after the Winnipeg Science Fiction Society.
Mm-hmm. You hadn't, before that, tried to form a Star Trek club of your own first?
No, we hadn't. We were trying to make do with what we were in before, but it didn't quite work out.
Uh-huh. Okay. What sort of things have you done to date in the club? Like, the club's been in existence since when? March? Sometime?
Since March, yeah.
And what have you done? Like, what?
Well, at our first meeting, we attracted about 500 people showing the blooper reels on a videotape I have.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we showed one Star Trek episode at one meeting. Also, a play was performed by some of our club members. Various other things. And I can't quite remember right now, but...
The club produces a variety of talent, doesn't it? Like, we do artwork and
oh yeah,
submit stories.
Oh yeah.
Because for the fanzine, which...
For the fanzine, right here.
Fanzine,
We got
right
the
here.
fanzine
Got
right
the
here.
fanzine.
We just happen to have it here in the studio with us today.
Now, is that planning or is that planning?
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know about that, but it's very well done, from what I've seen of it. I haven't seen too much of it because I don't have a
Some of it up to the camera there. Show some of the artwork in there, because some of it is just spectacular in there.
And, well, find some artwork. Oh, some little cartoons over there. This is just some of the work by our club members. It took quite a lot of work to put this first issue together. And it's really quite well done. There's something really nice there.
Hold it over a little. For the camera.
Again, this is strictly fan work.
It's not professional artists, it's just
No,
members of the group.
just various members, and like I said, it's very well, very well done. To repeat myself.
At one of the meetings, I saw you had a reel from one of the episodes, the City on the Edge of Forever. You showed that.
Yeah, we showed that. Yeah.
Is there any chance that maybe you're going to get more of